Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning into Odcast episode 5. We're going to pick up where we left off on the last episode with George's topic. Hope you enjoy.
What do you think jazz is, Julian?
No.
Jazz is any type of music which is syncopated and has characteristics that are derivative of the original style of jazz, which was originated in New Orleans, if I'm correct.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so apparently Julian can Google stuff.
What would be the biggest thing?
I thought we were saying what we thought jazz was.
Sure, you're right. Yeah. What do you think jazz is?
No, I'm right, so we're moving on.
I'm good with his answer.
He defined the jazz.
You're missing an essential component, which I'm looking for.
Ooh, creativity?
I was going to spell
No.
freeform. I was going to say jazz is an expression of what you're feeling at that time. I feel like jazz throughout time has had the ability to complexly express emotion through music.
I like that.
I feel like jazz
That's
has
cool.
been... Not saying that rock and roll and R&B and stuff like that can't do that, but I think that jazz is so fluid in
Yeah,
its
I like
musical movement that it can express emotion much more easily. There's no clear path on what jazz is.
I like that.
It's very different. It's very out there. You could say this is jazz and not just be like, I don't know what this is, it's jazz. This is jazz because I feel it is. And that's jazz.
I feel like that
Mic drop.
definition is what I was looking for, minus the word, but you get what I'm saying, right?
It's basically what he just said, but just to add to what he just said, I feel like it's non-uniform expression
Okay.
of thought.
Okay.
In the words of the great Louis Armstrong,
Uh-oh.
if you have to ask, you'll never know.
Wow.
Boom. Mic drop.
Mike,
Now can you say it in his
drop.
voice?
Oh, goodness gracious.
What's your word, George?
The word?
Yeah.
Improv.
Oh, okay.
Improv.
But
see,
he was kind of saying that with fluid stuff.
exactly.
For me, it's just like very impromptu, very sporadic, not planned. It's living, honestly.
Exactly.
Like you can listen. I think the
Jazz
cool thing about jazz is you can
life.
go listen every single night to a band,
Yeah.
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 and it's never the same twice
Yep.
ever. And yet it all makes sense every time they do it. And I think it's because like I always tell people
That's cool.
they like I'm a terrible artist. I can't draw for my life. I just don't have the creativity to do it. You give me a blank slate like this and a pen, and I'm like, where do I go? What do I
Yeah.
do? Like it's just so many options.
I
And
need
the
instructions.
people that can, I respect them to no end because I just can't. But then like I look at music and it's chaotic and it's crazy, especially jazz. But it's organized. There's organized chaos,
Yeah.
and there's just these parameters you have to follow. You're able to be as expressive as you want within these boundaries. And then when you just start reaching new heights and new levels, you start going beyond those boundaries.
expand the boundaries.
And then people just don't understand what's going on.
Yeah. Then
But the next generation does.
That's the
The
next
kids
level.
do.
Yeah, that's next
But I
level.
feel like what Jared was saying, like about not to knock other genres, rock or anything, like
Yeah.
rock. You hear a rock song, it's going to be the same once you hear it again, for the most part. Well, minus solos.
Well,
But,
go ahead. Go ahead, and I'll counter you in a second.
Yeah, like jazz is more.
I'll just listen silently so as to oppose you.
The backbone of jazz is soloing and improv.
Okay, yeah, I get
as
that.
opposed to mainstream music. But so that's why I'm saying when you play jazz, like you were saying, you think, and what comes out is your emotions because it's happening in the moment, as opposed to I'm here and I have to play this melody because this is the song. That
I
makes
get
sense?
what you're saying. I get what you're saying there. The one thing I like is I kind of like to look at music throughout history and how it changes throughout history. I like rock. That's what I grew up on. I like rock throughout history, and seeing how that changed and people saying pushing the boundaries of music to fit that. So kind of mixing with the jazz element, but it fitting in different genres. That feeling of not rebelling because that's more punk, but doing what I want to do in music.
Yeah.
This is what I want, and this is how it's going to sound. And I like that for different genres of rock. Like you go from people who are spinning and clapping on stage, and the Beatles were making Rubber Soul. You know, just like stuff like that, or
Yep.
Elvis and the Beach Boys, and then you go further on in like Mamas and the Papas, and like all these things are very different. And then you go further down to Pink Floyd, and like so on and so forth, like that. Just all these things that sound very different, but can fit in the category of rock, but they're all different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why I think jazz is so free because it's it can be Latin jazz. It can
It can have fusions.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think jazz kind of was probably the rock of its day. Like, there was nothing like it. And when people first came out with it, it was like, what do these guys do? It was a very looked down upon. And now it's ironic that it's probably the highest form of music you can probably play.
Yeah.
Like, academically.
Most complicated.
Yeah, academically, I'd say, like, it requires the most amount of knowledge to do correctly.
Which is why it's
And I also think with a lot of music now, it's so lyric driven. And I think that's what really draws people to music is they can relate to it because it tells them how they should feel or what they should be feeling. Or
Puts your emotions
it's
into
basically
words.
poetry. Yeah, it's basically poetry to a
For the
rhythm and a
masses.
sound. Yeah,
So-
and I think you can really relate to that versus something like jazz, which sometimes you don't necessarily know how you should be feeling because you're so used to somebody telling you how you should be feeling,
I was just about to
and
ask
now
you.
you're kind of like, I don't get it, kind of thing.
It's open to interpretation.
But I think once you start learning about jazz and learning what it entails and how it's made up, and you can feel the emotions through, like George is saying, you can. It has that, I want to say, like raw feeling, just in the fact that I almost want to say, like, it's almost like Helen Keller trying to explain herself. Like, you might not get it.
You're talking to someone who knows sign language here, buddy.
No, yeah, I know you do, but I'm just saying.
the masses.
Like, she didn't know how to express herself,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like most people were like, "What are you trying to say?" But the ones that really knew what she was trying to say knew what she was trying to say. It's kind of, I feel like it's like that with jazz.
So I was going to ask you, do you feel that people look to lyrics and lyrics in popular music or lyrics in music as a way to relate to someone, and people look towards jazz as a way to express themselves?
I feel like people don't like jazz typically because they don't understand what it's trying to convey. It's much easier to listen to something that you find appealing.
You know what's going to happen.
And like it can reach you in a certain way. I mean, music. There's not a single person in the world that doesn't like music. It's just I've never met it. I've never
Right.
met someone
Yeah.
that just says
I'm
I don't
sure it
like
does
music.
exist, but-
No, I don't believe it
I don't
exists.
think so.
I don't either.
It doesn't.
They're sociopaths.
No, yeah, I like even
Pretty much.
everybody. I mean, whether you like that music as well or not, but they have to like some kind of
Something,
music.
yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
it's in you.
It's
You're like,
universal.
that
It's
rhythm
universal.
is in you. Your circadian
The
rhythm.
universal
It's just
language.
Yeah, there you go. And
That-
what was my rant about?
Jazz. Well, I asked
Oh,
you,
about lyrics. Yeah, so
expression versus acceptance, I guess is what I could say.
yeah, I just
Or
feel like it's a
relatability.
lot.
Related, yeah.
It's a
acceptance
lot.
versus relate.
You listen to the songs, especially nowadays, that are written, and half the lyrics are just like nonsense.
I
and-
know.
Yeah.
but that appeals
Thunder.
to people because they can relate to it. So
I think a lot of it has to do with your experience with jazz, because you have to cultivate a like for it. Like me growing up, learning how to play it. For me personally, as a drummer, a jazz drummer, that's for me. I can express myself the best on the drum set. As weird as that sounds, as opposed to writing. Like I can't write lyrics. I'm not. You know,
I
what
get
I'm saying?
that.
I get
yeah.
what you're saying. Yeah, it's how you express yourself.
Exactly.
It's what you're comfortable doing.
But like, if I was expressing myself a certain way on a drum set, anyone else hearing it would probably not be able to say,
Not
okay,
get that.
yeah, they don't
Yeah.
speak your
he's in
language.
this emotion.
Yeah, you're speaking a language they don't.
Exactly.
Basically. And until you do speak that language, I don't think you understand what's happening. I was watching a video that was talking about why, when you hear a song for the first time, you sometimes don't like it. But as you keep listening to the song, you slowly start putting the melody in your mind, and you slowly start liking it. And it was actually had to do with something about your brain not liking something it's unfamiliar with. And doesn't like these
Okay.
patterns it's never heard before. And the more times you hear these patterns, the more you start to like it, the more your brain knows it's going to happen. Your brain doesn't like to be surprised, so when it starts feeling comfortable and familiar, it starts to like
That's
it.
interesting.
Then you get to the point when it just becomes mundane, and you just heard a
Too
song
easy.
way too many times. Shout out to Happy.
Too simple.
Like you've heard it too many times.
I heard that too
Oh
many
my
times.
I actually heard that song the other day
That's so true,
at a
though.
party, and I was just like, "Yo, I haven't heard this in a really long time," and I actually was really liking it.
And then
Yeah.
you just keep hearing.
And then it was funny because Alyssa was like, "Oh wow, I actually haven't heard the song in so long. I don't
And then
mind
the
it now."
chorus
And I was
repeated, like,
I was
30
thinking
times.
the exact same thing. But it's just funny, like when you hear something that's just so overplayed, your brain's not.
It's done.
Yeah, you're
You're
done.
tired of it. You don't want to hear it anymore.
Yeah, your brain's not intrigued anymore.
I kind of feel the same way, but I feel like that way with styles of music. Like I can listen to rock for a minute, and then I can listen to country and so on. I try to listen to as much music as I feel comfortable listening to. I try to have as much like knowledge and diversity on music as I can, because I feel that way. Like, all right, I've heard these licks and these chords and these power chords so far. All right, I'll listen to some classical now. The complexity there, and so like to kind of agree with what you were saying about your brain getting tired of it. I think you can pick up certain stuff in an entire genre of music. Even now, especially, like most pop stuff is the same couple chords.
Yeah,
just
literally.
in different
Exactly.
arrangements.
Literally, yeah.
Same
It's like
four
the same
chords in
three, yeah,
different
4
arrangements.
chords over.
but
and over.
people love it and they eat it up.
Exactly, and maybe that's because they're not thinking.
Yeah.
Because basically that's all they know.
I mean, I think it's because it's so our lives now, I think, are so fast paced with technology that we don't have time to sit down and think. You're in your car doing 10 other things. You just want something simple that your brain's just going to be, I know what this is.
Yeah, I feel like just we live in an instant world where people don't want to wait. I mean, you got Amazon delivering things to your house in 2 days. You got like
the internet.
You got the internet.
Every
you just
answer you ever wanted.
Yeah, you just have all these things now that just spoil you, and it's like, if you really think about it, like these signals are beaming up to space and coming back down to Earth, and it's like you're still not satisfied with like how fast it is, and it's just so impressive. But we don't ever sit back and really look at that. We just kind of say, "Why isn't this working? Why isn't that faster?" And especially with like art, like you're saying with the arts, I don't think you really sit down and really analyze things.
Just passing the time.
Yeah, you're just it's not a priority.
You don't.
My
sit
life
down.
just got deepened,
And that's unfortunate because music should technically kind of be at your front, depending on how you feel about it.
Yeah, I mean, you could say people that say the arts don't matter, like it's just trivial.
Like you never sit down and just put on Pharrell Williams' album and just listen to Happy to analyze the song. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's just background music.
unless you're doing a cover of Happy.
True.
True.
I thought there was something interesting since we were talking about jazz in my music class. They said jazz is to the United States as the classical era was to England and European countries. Like that was the kind of the classical era, because jazz actually went through a lot of the different phases that you can equate it to different phases of the classical era of music. Like bebop was with Baroque period, I think, something like that. It was pretty interesting when I heard that, and it's classic now.
That's what I'm saying. It was so different at the time.
Which brings a question to my mind: at what point does something become classic?
In a car, it's 11 years.
Hey.
I guess it just depends on its impact.
Yeah, and how
At
quickly
that
it
time.
enters, the collective consciousness of us.
So
Or
basically,
mainstream
when the next
society.
thing
Yeah.
comes out, it makes the other thing classic.
Yeah, I'd say, like, especially you say
So I
classic
don't have
rock.
an old phone; I have a classic phone.
There
Well,
you go.
True.
I like it.
I believe
Good
it's
topic,
your
good
turn,
topic.
Julian.
It's a good
Julian.
Julian is
It's
your
your
topic,
turn.
my friend.
I have notes.
Oh my!
here we go.
Oh
Got his
my!
phone.
boy.
His classic phone.
It's about to go down.
Thanks for probably
Alright.
write some notes.
Lost in Space.
Found on
Oh, that's Doctor.
Earth.
I'm sorry.
You want to tell them what it is?
Lost in Space was a television series from the 60s,
Okay.
which recently has been rebooted by Netflix.
Netflix.
It's amazing. John Luke is the only one who has also watched the entire whole thing.
I have.
I've watched it twice, all the way through.
Wow.
How many episodes? Just out of curiosity.
I believe
10.
10, yeah. I don't even want to call it, like, I mentally, I don't associate it with a show. It isn't a TV show to me. It's a movie. It's like each episode is a movie. It's just the quality of the storytelling visually. Like all the visuals are just so good. The graphics are insane. It's like a movie. It's like a movie every time you watch it. It's about 45 minutes.
So you're saying that if you watched one episode, you could just watch it and it would make sense?
Now, no, actually. Because each episode builds on the first one, but the whole thing could be considered one movie.
Story.
Yeah. So it's like the way that they tell the story is really interesting. They use flashbacks a lot, which they have something, and right before it happens, they explain something about it within the flashback, where this came from, the root of it, and things like that. The way they told this story was really neat. So, yeah, what did you think about it, Dudley?
I enjoyed it. I really did.
Is that all you got?
Best
That is
comprehensive
not all I
review
got.
ever.
Okay.
But I do better if you ask me questions.
Okay. So,
I don't want to answer the question of my opinions unless you tell me what my opinions should
What's
be
my
first.
opinion again?
Thank you,
I like it?
friends.
And please make it a leading question.
Yes.
okay, why did you love it more than any other show you've ever watched?
Well, when you put it that way.
Why was it the best thing ever? Go.
Exactly. No, seriously, answer that.
I liked it because each character invoked emotions. For example, you have the characters Will Robinson, you've got John Robinson.
Will Robinson, danger.
Exactly. You have the robot. He had his own
Robot.
emotions,
But
actually.
He was a
What did he
really
convey?
interesting character. What?
What the robot convey?
Mystery.
Lack of emotion?
Mystery.
Well, there was mystery.
No, tons
like
of
you said,
mystery.
Tons of mystery.
Yeah.
Also,
Kindness, sometimes.
compassion.
Yeah.
Oddly enough.
All right. So, as someone who's never seen this show before,
Yeah.
give me a one-sentence review.
Okay. an incredible adventure through space. Gotcha.
Okay.
No.
John-Luc?
That's tough.
Yeah.
Is it anything like the original show?
In that the characters are very similar in their personalities. Other than that, they didn't really stick to the original
It's
storyline
pretty
much
much
at
its
all.
own thing.
Yeah.
But is it still a family trying to get from point A to point B in space and something goes wrong?
Somewhat.
Kind of. It's different, though.
It's different.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a couple
They
twists.
changed it a lot.
But to summarize it in one sentence, it's a family's struggle against inconveniences, one after the other.
Minor inconvenience.
And they happen in every episode. Like, there's
Oh,
more
yeah.
than one. It's a ton.
Wait, they're in space?
Yeah, they're actually on a...
Would you say they're lost in space?
Ironically, it was all a dream. Space was their mind.
Do they ever get found?
No. Spoiler alert.
When they find
No.
their inner child, that's when they're found.
That's when they wake up.
So they find themselves. It's self-discovery. Something I really noticed about the show, there were a lot of references to other movies. Did you notice that?
Like direct or indirect?
Indirect, like echoes, you might call them.
Parallels?
Parallels, yeah.
You could say Easter eggs.
Yes,
Is
exactly.
any reference in a plot ever accidental, though? Like, I feel like you
I don't think so.
I don't
put
think
that in there on purpose. Like,
Yeah.
call back to
I'm pretty sure they have everything planned out.
Sometimes you saw a scene and it's like, that looks just like this movie. The entire relationship between Will and the robot, and the director said this, was very much parallel to The Iron Giant.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
It's one of the
felt just like that, yeah? What'd you like about it?
What, the movie The Iron Giant?
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
The Iron Giant, Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
All of the entire... Okay, The Iron Giant is one of the few movies it's okay to cry as a man. I'm throwing that
I
out
agree
there.
with that.
It's one of the few movies.
Superman.
Like, that's on
Yep.
my list of, like, top 10... Or top 5, actually, movies a man has to watch.
I'm not a man
Okay,
yet.
quick side note. What's the
Never
top
mind.
5?
For me, personally, okay, not in any particular order. Iron Giant, Rocky 1, Hoosiers, Magnificent 7, and Bullet. Oh, no. Remove Magnificent 7 and put Rocketeer.
I've only seen
What was
two of
that,
these.
top 5?
That was my top 5. That's my
Movies?
personal top 5.
Movie?
Yeah.
What about Jaws?
For manliness.
Jaws that's one of my favorite movies, but like manly movies, not really. That's more of like a journey movie.
Okay.
That's about the journey. Like that I put that in the category of things I like story-wise, like that, The Old Man in the Sea, anything written by Bruce Springsteen song-wise, like there it's about the journey, and that's what I care about for that. Sorry to go off on that tangent.
No,
but
no, that's
I
what
love-
we're supposed to do. I enjoy
love
it.
Iron Giant.
That's cool. Yeah, I love Iron Giant too, and to see like there are so many parallels. Will saves him, and then the robot basically becomes his personal servant essentially after that. But yeah, it was really cool. And John is the father of Will and of the family, and it's really interesting to see the different connections between the different characters. Like I wrote this down. I said, John respects but also feels supplanted by the robot because it protects and looks out for Will in a way that John failed to do back on Earth.
So would you say that Will is looking for a second father figure in the robot?
Actually, kind of, yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Did his dad die?
No,
He's just that terrible of a father.
he was
Well-
out...
He's not a terrible father.
Is he on Earth?
No, they're all
Okay,
in
so
space.
it takes
No one's
place.
on
So no one's on Earth.
No one's on
Earth
Earth.
is dead?
They're actually on a different
dying.
planet, which they didn't get a chance to name.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you knowing me, in maybe a paragraph, I want you to convince me to watch this show.
Ooh, I like it.
Why should I watch this?
There are a lot of great drone shots.
I'm in.
You had me at drone.
That's it?
Yeah, it's
Cinematography.
Boom.
one word.
One word.
All right, one letter review.
One letter review.
Thumbs up emoji.
Ugh. It's not a letter.
1 to 10 though, for real. 1 to 10.
Jean-Luc.
Okay, I'm gonna say 8.5.
Okay.
And the
Why
reason
not 10?
The reason not 10 is solely because of Dr. Smith's character. Every time she was on the scene,
It's
it
a woman
felt
now?
It
yes,
is a woman.
They swapped her. She's
So it was originally a movie though, right?
no, it was originally a TV show in the 60s. It was rebooted to a movie in about the 90s.
In the 90s.
I like the movie.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
I thought
The dude who played Joey in Friends was in it,
Yeah.
and he played.
Yeah.
What do you play?
he had a really cool helmet.
Yeah.
that, like, went around his head.
That's
like
cool.
like
It
an
was
Iron
metal.
Man.
When my parents bought our first DVD player for our family.
Yeah.
We actually got that movie for free with the DVD player.
Oh, it was inside it?
And
Really?
that's the only reason I've seen it, and I remember
Wow.
nothing about it.
Let's watch it right now.
Right.
Absolutely not. If you don't know me, I'm not much of a movie guy, but I'm actually, I have to say, like
He's making
in the past 2 years, like I'm slowly making changes though. But like most famous movies most people have seen, I've completely just overlooked in my lifetime
Oh,
because I
man.
just, for me, like movies is more of a social experience. I don't.
Really?
Yeah, only now. I honestly, most things in my life are only now. Am I really sitting down, kind of by myself, and watching some things, and just kind of like analyzing things and self-reflect. But like growing up, for me, watching a movie was like something I did with people,
I get you.
and you just enjoyed, like everyone was having a good time, and you got the reactions and all that, which I honestly still really like. Which I think is why I like going to the theater, because you're just in that big crowd of people. This is gonna be a second rant. Sorry to take over your whole point, Julian,
ahead,
but
man.
Please, I'm good.
I'm kind of just ranting into movies in general now, but like the whole movie critics things and things like that, like it saddens me so much that if you think about like a movie that gets a bad score, like let's say everyone, because
Online.
now Rotten Tomatoes is pretty much the law.
Unfortunately.
For most people, and it's like, okay, Rotten Tomatoes give it a 35%. I'm not going to watch it. And if you think about that, like you basically just took years and years of work from countless individuals,
And just
Flushed down.
dismiss
countless like hours spent. They poured their souls into this project, and literally one person or a group of people can just say, I don't really like that, and they literally give it an aggregate score, a number, which is, what is a number? And
It kind of is a point to the whole
Yeah.
instant society going on currently. It's like you look at what
Exactly.
someone else is saying right then and there. Do I want to see this? Well, what did this person say? No, okay. I'm
and
not gonna do
the
it.
thing is,
Other
like,
people
you-
make your
and you
decisions
want,
for you.
You want somebody to tell you if you should watch something or not, and it's like
And be
why don't
accepted
you-
for your decision.
Yeah,
That's
and
why-
people just need validation, I guess, and they don't want to have to think about how to get the validation. So
don't
they're
wanna
like,
think.
yeah, they don't want to think. Period.
That's
so.
why I don't like to listen to reviews, because I like to go into a movie
Fresh.
and experience it for myself,
I would
not
like
through someone
to.
else's eyes.
I personally,
never
for
have.
me, this is what, like TV shows and everything. Now that I'm watching them more, but I avoid trailers at all costs. I don't
I
ever
wish I
watch a
could.
trailer for
I wish I
anything.
could.
Yeah,
have
and like
no
a lot of people say
self-control.
they can't stop themselves. They have no self control, like George.
You know what really, really bugs me? Sorry to
No, you're good.
like on the topic of trailers. The way certain movies trailers are done now is movies are sent out to 3 different companies, and they cut up that movie and make a trailer. Have you seen any of the new Jurassic World trailers? I know you have.
I probably at the theater. I think I have. Yeah.
So the first trailer for that movie was so terrible. They showed you the conflict, they showed you possible resolutions to the conflict, and they showed you storylines. Like, they gave you no reason to see that movie.
You've already seen it.
You've already seen stuff of it. The second and third trailer were so good, but it's already been tarnished by the first trailer. Kind of just, I'm sorry. It's
Yeah,
just,
no, and I
you
agree.
go off of what you're saying on trailers.
I
I'm
completely
sorry.
agree. Like that's why I avoid them at all costs, because for me the whole point of a story is not knowing what's going to happen. I think that's the best part of a story is that suspense.
Yeah,
and they're
yeah.
able to build that. They can play on certain things. If you know what's going to happen, like for me, that just completely kills any reason of watching it.
Or even the
Exactly.
possibilities of what's going to happen. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I want to go in there as ignorant as possible, and I just want to just sit there and just try to just put it all together
This is the
myself.
experience all these people have crafted for me to watch.
For me, I don't really mind spoilers, but that's just me.
That's
Because even if I know what's going to happen, I like to see how
They
it
do
comes
it.
to
They make
pass.
it happen.
Sure, I
All the
get that.
surroundings.
I get that, and I like to see that too. But I like to see that, but not see it coming.
All right, it's your turn.
It's my turn.
Yeah,
All right, I have a little game.
I like games.
I don't know what to call it yet.
Game.
I really hope to make it call it game. So
The
basically,
game.
the name game. That's actually not bad. We can call this the law game. So basically,
A spin-off of what John Luke said.
what did you say? The name game?
I said the game.
Oh, the game game? Okay. So basically, I'm going to start off every sentence with, it is a Florida law. I will either read you...
You may be lying.
I'll either read you a actual Florida law, a fake law, or a law for another state.
Oh,
Now-
I like that.
Ooh.
Dude, you put some work into this.
Not really.
Dude, you seem
Internet.
like you put some work into this.
So we can just go around, or we can do whatever you want. Each person can contribute, but
This is your topic, dude. Your spotlight.
just whatever you want to do. So yeah, why don't we just go from here?
Just do
Let's
it.
do it.
Just
Do it. All right.
do
I'm
it.
gonna start
do it.
I'm just gonna start everything off with it's a Florida law, regardless of if it is or if it isn't.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Just so you know. Okay. So it is a Florida law that no one is allowed to bring a pig with them to a beach.
True.
I've seen a pig
Say
at a
it's
beach
true?
I
before.
think that's probably true.
You think it's probably true?
Yeah.
You don't think it's true?
I think it might be for another state.
I say it's not true.
You say it's not true either?
You just said it was true.
No, he said it was true.
Oh, who did? Oh, you did?
Daniel.
Oh, I thought you didn't say anything.
Okay. And you said
Another state.
it actually is a Florida law.
Really?
It is illegal to bring a pig to a public beach.
Is there a
goodness.
reason?
No, I
Yeah,
didn't.
man. You don't want pigs on the beach. Come on.
They don't
Spoil the fun.
They don't sweat though.
Yeah, I know, but they're just piggy. I don't know.
Piggy.
No, dude, bring them there, have some fun with them, and then cook them. You're good. I don't understand why it isn't such a bad law.
So it has
Bruh.
only alive. You can bring.
I don't know. I don't
Can you
know. I'm
bring
making-
ham to a beach?
you bring pork chops.
Okay. So, here's the next one. There was a Florida law that accidentally banned all computers and smartphones in designated internet cafes.
This could be true.
I say true.
True.
False.
It is actually
Same.
true.
Got it.
What?
Yeah.
Florida accidentally banned.
How you accidentally pass a law?
It gets lost in the paperwork.
There's just so many of these things. Sam.
It gets
Next,
lost.
This
stamp,
sounds a joke,
next,
but I
It
stamp.
gets lost in space.
Oh, and then
Say
found
what?
on Earth.
Okay,
Time travel.
here's another one. Owners of flamingos are not permitted to bring their pet flamingos into barbershops.
That is definitely Florida, because where else are there flamingos?
True.
I say false.
You say false?
True.
Is it true?
You say true? It is not a Florida law. It's an Alaska law.
When are there?
These Alaska-
I don't know.
Why?
I
Alaska's
don't
got
know.
issues.
Alaska's got some.
Sorry, any Alaska
Alaska.
hearers. Do we have any hearers from Alaska? Listeners?
Years?
Listeners?
Any ears from
Here's.
Alaska?
This year's from
Alaskan
Alaska.
heroes.
All right.
Hi,
You're-
people from Alaska. Sorry.
What really bugs me is this. Some of this stuff must have happened at some point or another.
Something caused this.
There's a Florida law that says it is illegal to tie your pet dog to a roof of a car.
Tape your pet dog?
Tie it down.
I mean, it is a pretty
Another
cool thing to
state.
do.
I say true.
Do true?
I say false. Because you
I think
think
it's
it's
false.
true, but...
Daniel?
False.
False. It's an Alaska law.
Oh my god.
Okay, did you just look up Alaskan laws?
No, I just looked at weird laws.
What's the difference?
Exactly.
I
So,
thought Florida was weird.
okay. It is a Florida law that a person is not allowed to tow a sled behind their bicycle.
Are you gonna have to
True.
say
Florida
Alaskan law?
law.
I'm going to say true.
Say true?
True.
True? This is a Florida law.
You know why?
am
Because we
right.
shouldn't have sleds.
Exactly.
I agree with this law.
Okay.
This is a valid law.
You want to go out and just break these?
Yeah, man.
Break them all.
Let's just get sleds and just tie them to bikes willy nilly.
Here's one of my favorite laws. It is a Florida law. If you are to leave your pet elephant at a parking meter,
It's true. Florida law.
you must pay for it.
We did this.
True.
100% true.
We did this in episode 1.
I remember this.
Did we?
Yeah.
We did elephants.
No, we just talked about that fact.
We did
You
like
mentioned it, that was
weird
your-
laws,
Yeah.
right?
Aw,
and you mentioned
seriously?
this
Yeah, we did.
one. Pretty sure you mentioned
no,
this
obscure
one.
lawsuits. That's what it was. It was weird lawsuits.
And it had to do with this, I think.
Yeah.
So that's why I knew it. Because I
Yeah.
heard
So
the
you
last
guys
one.
know it's true, and you just spoiled it for everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Thanks.
It's
Yeah.
Florida law.
It's a Florida law.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last one. In the state of Florida, it is illegal. It is illegal to sell oranges on any street corner.
In Florida?
In Florida, it
That's
is
so
illegal.
weird it has to be
sell
true.
Alaska.
Any oranges. What? Alaska.
I'll say true.
You say true?
False.
False. It is a true law. Especially in Miami, you will actually be put in jail for 30 days if you are caught selling oranges on any street corner in Miami.
Wow.
Where else would they regulate oranges?
Regulate?
In the
Yeah.
middle of the
In Alaska.
street. Not in the corner.
Yeah,
You have to be in the middle of the
That's the
block.
thing. It doesn't
Yeah.
make any kind of sense.
Wow.
Not the
So
corners,
weird.
guys.
It's weird.
Move it towards the middle. And you're good.
Wow.
Welcome to Florida.
Get out.
And Alaska.
Get out. Go back where you came from.
Oh my god.
You're all snowbirds here.
Alrighty. Well, that's all our topics.
I feel like we've hit a lull.
Yeah, we have.
Did we talk about our favorite condiments?
No, we didn't.
Didn't.
Favorite condiments.
Ketchup.
Cheese.
Caramel.
Cheese
Okay, wait.
is
No.
right.
I wrote
George
down.
is right.
I wrote down. What is your definition? Wait, was it condiments or toppings?
It's both.
It was both.
Toppings.
What's the
/
difference?
What's the
We did the
difference?
top-
Bacon is a topping.
Bacon is a way of
That's
life.
the difference.
That's true.
Bacon isn't a condiment. Bacon is a topping.
True. But so a condiment can be a topping, but a topping can't be a condiment because bacon
Make
can
rules
be a
like that,
condiment,
George.
But mustard could be a topping.
Thank you for clarifying. Yes,
Okay.
that is correct.
Okay.
So let's just talk about toppings then.
Toppings in general.
Oh, toppings.
Toppings, not condiments.
Toffee. Yeah.
Toffee.
Toffee.
Like if we're going with just bacon all the way, but if I don't have that as an option, caramelized onions.
Ice cream.
Oh, we're going ice cream
Cookie dough.
toppings.
Chicken parmesan on
As a-
top of my spaghetti.
No.
That's an add-on.
Chicken parmesan on top of mac and cheese.
Wow.
There you go. Macaroni grill, anyone?
None of these are toppings.
These are
I
whole
do not like
meals.
I do not like macaroni grill. Every
What?
time I've gone there, I've thrown up.
Everyone
Every
hates
time.
it, man.
I don't hate it. I go for you,
Thank
George.
you, bro. That's my
I do
favorite
like the
restaurant.
bread. The bread is good.
It's good bread. How much time are we at?
118.
18 minutes.
118. That's a
So
lot.
since I'm not doing math anymore, since I'm
That's just
graduating,
under 2 hours.
It's 2 hours,
118 divided by 60
Are you serious?
It's an hour
equals
and 15 minutes.
1.96666.
Oh, 118 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just under 2 hours.
2 hours, dude. Yeah, so do you want to make this two podcasts? I think
Good.
so.
We can.
I think it would be more like 2 45-minute podcasts because you probably
That's
have-
fine.
With
the other
all
ones
your
were
slicing
45
and
minutes.
dicing. Yeah, we're going to have to cut a lot of this talking about cutting it and talking about dialogue.
So are you
This
gonna
part
make it like
right
a
here,
part
we're going
one,
to cut
part
it
two?
out. So
Right
I can say
here.
whatever
This
I
part
want
right
right
here.
now.
Exactly.
And
Go,
it will
John
not
Luke.
be
You are
in
free.
the final podcast. So I'm just going to go out and say my favorite food is buffalo chicken.
That's not
going in the
bad. That's
podcast.
actually pretty good. Like buffalo chicken wings or
Buffalo chicken.
just
Any
in
way you
general?
want it.
Any chicken would just cover in
Buffalo-
buffalo sauce.
Chicken.
Is
What's
buffalo
this-
sauce made out of buffalo?
No.
Yes.
It is a spicy sauce that originated
In Buffalo.
New York.
Okay,
No, not in the
spiciest-
buffalo.
Not the buffalo.
Oh.
I have to confess, I went to a restaurant and I ordered something with buffalo something on it, and I expected to be eating buffalo.
I was
I
there
know,
at that
that's what I
moment.
thought.
Yeah, you were.
As
weren't you?
was I.
Was
As was
at
I.
Cheddar's Scratch Kitchen.
It was Cheddar's. That's what it
and he
was.
he ordered
the
the buffalo chicken wrapper.
That's what it
And
was.
and
It was a wrap.
and actually,
And he
I
was
asked-
very surprised.
I actually,
that there was no buffalo
I saw him
in the buffalo
I saw him
chicken
struggling. And I was like,
He's like, why
I was
is it
like,
so
Julian,
spicy?
I was like, Julian, I was like, do you like the food? And he's like, yeah, I do, but it's really spicy. And I was like,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's buffalo.
And then he was like, but they didn't give me any buffalo. And I was like, and then it clicked in my mind. And then I was just like, I can't blame this kid. And then I said,
This
I said,
is
actually,
chicken.
I was like, actually, yeah, it's chicken. Buffalo's the sauce. on
Why
the
do they
chicken.
call it buffalo?
And he was like, oh. And he learned something that day.
What's
yeah,
the
that was a
spiciest thing
growing
you've eaten?
experience. Hot sauce from a
Gobstoppers.
toothpick.
Okay,
What's
this goes back.
Gobstoppers.
What'd you say?
Gobstoppers.
Are you for
Gobstopper?
real?
Stop.
Get 'em
I don't
outta
like
here.
spicy things.
Oh, really?
Yeah, me either.
How about you?
Well, as a kid, my grandpa used to grow peppers in his backyard, and so he said,
Real peppers.
"I'll give you $20 if you eat this pepper." I said,
Ooh.
"All right, that's
Oh,
$20
yeah.
With the seeds?
with the seeds, tiny little pepper."
Okay.
I put that thing in my mouth.
Those tiny ones.
It was flames. My mouth was on fire. I couldn't feel my tongue.
Did you get that
It was about to fall
$20?
out. I did get the $20.
Okay.
And then you
He
cried.
was a man of his word.
Good.
I ran into the kitchen. I drank water.
No.
I drank
Amateur.
milk.
There you go.
I put ice in my mouth. Nothing helped.
Really?
But the milk helped a little bit.
It's the fats. They cool the heat.
Yeah.
I went to a spicy wing eating competition.
Mhm.
Well, not a competition. It was a bunch of friends got together. I didn't want to go to prom in my high school, so I went to a spicy wing eating competition.
I didn't go to prom either.
Yeah. You ever go to Tijuana Flats?
Oh, yeah. I
I
love
was
You
it.
know-
just there like 2 hours ago.
Really? Did you try? Have
What'd
you
you
ever
get?
tried Endorphin Rush? It's their hottest one.
No, I don't do
No.
so.
It is the most disgusting thing you will ever taste. It wasn't the hottest thing I had there, It tastes like Robitussin. You know what that is?
Oh,
Yeah.
medicine.
It tastes like Robitussin and needles. That's what it tastes like.
But was it
Tasted
hot?
needles?
So what does
Yeah.
needles taste like?
Needles taste
Have
like
you ingested
pain.
these?
It tastes like pain, John Luke.
Fair enough.
Random question.
Yeah.
What is your favorite meal of the day? John Luke says breakfast.
Yeah, probably breakfast.
Breakfast.
Well, no. Yeah, dinner, because you can have steak. Well, you can have steak with breakfast.
You can have
Steak and
steak-
eggs.
Steak and eggs,
breakfast.
dude.
Yeah, breakfast, steak and eggs.
Breakfast when I eat it. I don't always eat breakfast, but lunch when I don't.
Breakfast.
I agree, breakfast. However, I never eat breakfast. I always eat my
Exactly.
breakfast at dinner. But when I do,
Yeah,
I love
man.
it.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yes.
See, for me, my breakfast is a cup of coffee. That's my breakfast.
That's your favorite meal of the
But
day.
any other time of the day, I'll just sit down, have some eggs,
And have some
waffles,
breakfast.
Oh,
bacon.
man.
So what is breakfast then?
It's whatever you want it to be.
No, but really, did it have to be a certain type of food?
Yeah,
Google it,
Well, you have your
traditionally it's-
stereotypical foods.
It's eggs,
You have breakfast foods.
It's like
Bacon,
barbecue
ham.
food and Chinese food. Breakfast food.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's a kind of food.
It's
It's
a
not. It's not
category,
really
and then
a
there's
meal in the day
subcategories.
so much as it is a
Type of
A
food.
type
lifestyle.
of food, a lifestyle.
Exactly.
The
The
breakfast
way of
life.
life.
Hashtag breakfast life.
All right. What's your favorite cereal?
Cereal?
Good question. I loved Lucky Charms for the longest time.
Fruit Loops.
I did. You know, right now I only eat Raisin Bran. So that's all we
that's
have.
always good.
Yeah.
Okay. Crunch or normal?
They're crunchy.
No, Raisin
So that's
Bran
normal?
Crunch.
No, there's
I don't know
Raisin
what that
Bran.
is.
With granola in it.
It's,
Normal.
Oh,
it's,
that sounds amazing.
it's actually it's
very
good.
good.
Yeah, crunch
It's
is
good.
really good.
I would check that out if I were you.
That actually sounds really good. No, just the regular, yeah.
It's a whole new level.
So try Crunch.
Bro,
They
that's
look great.
next level.
George?
Gobstoppers.
What was that?
Stop.
He said gobstoppers.
That's my favorite cereal.
Do you
Is
pour
cereal a soup?
What?
Is cereal a soup?
that? No.
No.
You know
No.
what? I never put milk in my cereal.
So that's not cereal.
Ever have.
Is it dry? No, I can get on that. Like
Dry
you put,
Dry
cereal.
cereal's not
put
bad.
cereal in
Spy
a
Fox,
baggie,
dry
bring
cereal.
it with you.
Yeah. It's like eating granola.
No. Wrong.
Yeah.
False. It's not cereal.
False.
It's not cereal without milk. I'm sorry.
What
That's
is
not
it?
a law.
What is it then?
Why don't they sell the milk in the box?
Would you ever eat cereal with
Because
orange
that's
juice?
gross, George.
No. What?
No.
John Luke, get out of here,
Nobody
Nazi.
Oh,
I'm
leave.
just pointing that out.
I
It's
would.
Get
disgusting.
out of here.
I could back that.
My favorite cereal is,
Kickstarter.
I'm ashamed to admit, but I'm not, is Special K.
That's not
Not
wrong.
bad.
That's not bad.
For a little
Not bad.
bit, I really loved Wheaties.
Yeah, it's even worse.
For a little bit, I loved Wheaties. But for now, as of now, it is a tie. But if I had to give it to one, I have an answer. It's a tie between Cinnamon Toast Crunch
Oh yeah.
That's good.
and Frosted Flakes.
Mini wheats.
But Cinnamon Toast Crunch is winning.
Whoever ate
Okay.
Cocoa Puffs with chocolate milk?
Nobody.
I did.
Too much
Too
chocolate?
much
Not
chocolate.
enough.
There's never
Not enough
there's
chocolate?
never too much chocolate. Did you ever
I
put
wasn't a
chocolate
fan of Cocoa
syrup
Puffs.
all over it?
No.
No.
No, me
I
neither.
think I did once. I tried it once. Not gonna lie. Another thing I'm not ashamed to admit, I've tried a Just Jelly sandwich.
Okay.
Because as a
Without any
kid,
peanut butter?
Sounds horrible.
without peanut butter,
SpongeBob.
I enjoyed the
Actually,
peanut
I
butter and jelly
like jelly
sandwiches
more.
but I like the jelly
Yeah.
portion more. So I
Yeah.
thought,
Yeah.
let me try just the jelly
Yeah.
sandwich.
How is it?
Disappointing?
I was whelmed.
Do you know how old I was when I first tried a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
How old?
Was this like last week?
16.
18.
I was 18 years old.
Wow.
Wow.
No, actually, I was probably 17. I was a senior in high school. I had never eaten a peanut butter and jelly.
Wow.
I never thought I'd like the
crazy.
jelly. I only ate peanut butter my entire life.
Yeah, I
And
Really?
I never eat the crust. Gotta cut the crust off.
Yeah,
of course.
I don't mind the
never ate
Crust
the
is
crust.
the devil.
And, and I was in my chemistry class, and we did some project where like each part of the sandwich
Yeah.
represented something, and you mix it, whatever. And I was just really hungry, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take a bite of this. And I tried it, and I was like, wow.
I have been missing out.
18 years of my life, I have been missing out. And actually, I don't think I've ever had one since that day. So
Wow,
I guess
you
it
still
didn't
miss
impact me
out.
that hard. So.
What about
I
I-
love toasted peanut butter
What about
or grilled peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Just peanut butter.
Oh yeah,
I don't
dude.
like those.
Okay.
Do you,
I don't
you
like
ever put
those.
bananas in
Yes.
it?
No,
I was
no,
just about
get
to say
outta
that.
here,
Peanut
get
butter
outta here.
banana sandwiches.
Okay, a better question.
Never tried
Peanut
that.
butter, smooth or crunchy? Go, John Luke.
Oh,
Crunchy,
dang.
crunchy, crunchy.
John Luke.
Smooth.
Smooth.
Crunchy.
I'm allergic. I'll die.
Seriously?
Best answer.
No, you're not.
I'm allergic for real.
Really?
Not that. I won't
You just
die.
get high.
I just threw a Reese's at George for those who can't see us.
All right. Whoever, okay.
It's crunchy for me.
Whoever
man.
heard that rumor, this is like a public school thing, where there was a kid who was allergic to peanuts and
I
he
never
picked up
heard
a
it.
Reese's Pieces like candy, and he was like, and his friend's like, nobody, don't eat that. That's his peanut butter. And he's like, you know what? I'm sick of this. Pops the EpiPen, takes the candy, shoves it in his leg, says call 911. That was like a rumor that went around a couple schools I went to.
Like around here?
That's crazy.
Around here, when I lived in Seattle, when I lived in Atlanta, like that was like a rumor.
I've
Never heard of.
That sounds
Never heard
amazing.
It's a legend.
Respect to that guy.
If it was real.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was
What
real.
about
or not.
this?
I believe
Going back
it.
to cereal.
All right.
On the topic that I never had, I thought of this. I never put milk in my cereal.
Yeah.
But I would eat Cinnamon Toast Crunch and just pour whipped cream on it.
What?
Cream.
Just like an ice cream.
George!
What?
Amazing! Don't knock it, bro.
Oh,
It's amazing.
that made me think of something.
The
I'm gonna knock
tiny
it.
thing in this fridge.
No,
What?
it's completely different.
The whipped cream at your house.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Something completely different.
We'll get to that
I've
one.
tried it once. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty good. Have you ever put syrup on mashed potatoes?
Nope.
Nope.
Syrup like you put on your waffle?
Maple
Syrup
syrup?
that you put on your waffles.
I feel like I may
On mashed potatoes.
I feel
No,
like that
I don't know.
may
I'd
be
maybe try it.
work. I feel like there's something to that.
You try it.
Yeah,
I
I would
don't- at least
definitely
one.
try
Pretty much
that.
don't put syrup on anything but pancakes and waffles.
Yeah.
Like not even when it hits my meats. I don't like it.
What about on eggs?
Not
No.
horrible.
No.
No. Hot,
Bacon.
hot sauce.
Bacon.
On, hot sauce. On
I can
eggs.
do hot sauce and eggs.
hot
but
sauce
I
on
don't,
a
but
lot
I
of
could.
things.
Yeah.
Okay, what about this?
Bacon and maple syrup taste.
Ketchup.
On
On.
it.
What do you? Okay, where's the line drawn? Like,
Where's the
what,
line drawn?
What can it not go on? Okay,
line?
growing up, my grandma put like ketchup in my white rice.
I love it on rice.
ketchup
I love
in
it
my
on
eggs.
Well, okay, let's
I love it on
It
plantains.
just tastes like ketchup at that point.
let's boil it down a bit. Ketchup is like a tomato base. Originally, ketchup wasn't what we know of what it was today. Normally, ketchup was made at your house. So when people think of ketchup from the olden days, it was very different from the ketchup we have now. So when like grandparents are doing stuff with ketchup, they might be thinking of what they know as ketchup, which
Not
might be
this
a much
Heinz-
more not Heinz.
Mostly
Genetically
water.
medi-
Ketchup. It's actually ketchup. Heinz owns ketchup. The name with a C. It's actually supposed to be with a C.
So it's like Kleenex.
K. Yeah.
Oh, I never knew that.
Educated
And like
people call it ketchup.
Q-tips, you don't think cotton swabs, you think Q-tips.
You're right. Is that copyrighted?
In
Yep.
phones,
Probably.
Probably.
It's a name brand.
you only
It's
think of
not-
Apple.
What?
You don't think phones? You think I? No, you don't.
No, be gone.
So what's the difference between ketchup and mozzarella sauce?
Marinara
Marinara
sauce?
sauce, yeah.
Mozzarella sauce. You just love
Mozzarella
cheese.
sauce.
Wow.
Gravy. It's gravy.
That's what I meant.
We call it gravy in my house. What's the difference between ketchup and mozzarella sauce?
He means
Everything.
marinara sauce.
Everything.
Gravy.
Um,
I don't know how
It
Is
ketchup.
boils
one
down
a
to
juice
taste.
and one a smoothie?
No.
I mean,
I don't put my ketchup really on
Lies.
anything, honestly, besides burgers, hot dogs, and French fries. And I
Okay.
really don't think there's much else besides that.
Yeah, I agree.
I hate ketchup.
you wouldn't put on any other type of potato?
like
let's
roasted
say-
potatoes or
No.
Home fried
No.
potatoes?
How about
Oh,
mash?
definitely not my home fries.
Eggs?
Mash? No
Hash
way. I put
browns?
gravy on
not
my
mashed
mash.
potato. Like
What about hash browns?
No way. Hash browns don't need it, baby. Hash browns are too
don't
good
need-
as it is.
Well, I
need
put
ketchup.
ketchup on all of that.
I don't.
for me,
Rice?
ketchup is too powerful.
It is.
It is.
That's
I
all you
agree with
taste.
you.
When you put ketchup, that's all you're
That's all you
And that's
taste. It
why,
tastes like
like-
So
ketchup.
then,
I mean, I put it on my French fries because
It needs it.
that's so salty.
But
I mean,
there-
it's a good balance though. 'Cause you got the salt, you got
Yeah.
the
Tang.
but for me, sometimes I don't need ketchup. I'll eat plain fries.
I get
don't
that.
need it.
I
Alright.
do
And
that
other
too, yeah.
times,
Favorite fast food place to get French fries?
Oh, that's impossible.
Checkers.
Checker.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
that was a
Dairy
loud slap.
Queen.
Dude, Checkers.
Checkers fries are the best.
You
I
had the
do
fry
like Checkers
burger.
fries, but they get me too much. Oh, you have the fry burger?
Fryburger, no, what's that?
What?
That was the most emotion I've ever seen.
Go to Checkers right now
You get a
and
fry
get
burger.
yourself a fry
It's basically
burger.
a cheeseburger with. I'm pretty sure they have mayo in there, but it's ketchup, mustard, pickles, mayo. The standard cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Just get it.
With the French fries inside. Yeah.
Inside
Yes.
what? In what?
You don't
In
have
the
to do
burger.
it
Top
yourself.
on the
They
bun.
do it for
Inside
you.
the what?
In the burger.
Which I
Another-
actually do that.
Not
No,
in it. Like in the burger.
It's in the burger already.
Yes.
they put
Not in the
fries
meat.
like with the
It's
pickles.
not
When
in the
they're
meat. It's
assembling the
in
burger.
the
Not in
yeah.
the meat.
No, no,
they go
it's in.
bun, burger, fries, other
You mean
toppings,
it has fries in it?
bun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Julian can't get this.
It's fantastic. And get a banana shake and call it a day.
Oh, I like their orange. Oh no, that's
I like the
Arby's.
chocolate
Yeah.
shakes, man.
The,
Oh,
Arby's,
yeah.
the Arby's orange creamsicle
That's good.
shake.
That's amazing.
That's George's.
Yeah.
Ooh, no, the mint chocolate chip.
Andy's
The
man.
Andy's Mint at Arby's.
That's good too.
That's a good one.
I like Arby's a lot.
Me too.
Oh my
heavily.
goodness, the buffalo chicken sliders.
Oof.
Oh, my.
Oh yeah. That's
Yeah,
the
my
Have you
Yeah,
tried the
right now.
pizza slider?
Yes, pizza sliders are good. Buffalo
To
chicken
me,
is
that
good.
tastes like a warmed up Lunchable.
Oh man, I used to have a toaster oven, and we would put the Lunchables in the toaster oven. I have that memory.
And get that plastic stuff all in your
You know it.
food.
Yeah.
All
Love
right.
it.
That plastic taste.
You wouldn't put the whole tray in there, Julian. You'd take them off, you'd assemble the pizza, then you put it in there.
So that's how that works.
I got another question.
Yeah,
Go.
Would you rather be rich and ugly or poor and good looking?
Poor and good looking.
I'm
because
already
you can
poor and
make
good
money
looking.
on your looks.
Exactly.
But if you're rich and ugly,
If you're
I'm
rich
already
and,
poor and
if
good
you're,
looking.
well,
if you're rich and ugly,
The poor
no one's
bit.
gonna like you for who you are.
That's true.
that's the thing.
The thing is, once you're good looking, you can make money on anything.
Yeah,
People
but if you're
just are that much
poor-
more
No, but-
attracted to you.
You have to stay poor.
Oh, you have to stay poor?
Either
That's
you're
different.
rich and ugly, or you're poor and good
I'll stay
looking.
poor.
Well,
I don't
if you're
care.
That's a good
rich-
point, John Luke.
I mean,
You can't change your circumstances. You choose what you choose.
That's fine. You'll still find good people who care about you.
Yeah.
again,
Wow.
it's a
So
definition.
we're basically just
Who cares
admitting
about
we're
you
admitting
because
that the
you
world
look-
is just a terrible place if you're ugly.
yes,
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Basically, I
You
agree.
didn't
I
know
agree
that?
as well. No,
You didn't know that?
I agree as well, 100%. I'm just
Okay,
saying,
look,
are we
if you're
coming to that
good-looking,
consensus?
For the most part, people will try to take care of you.
Yeah, I feel like
good.
you're treated.
I like it.
You're treated better when
That's
you're
true.
good.
That's
You say,
not
hey,
wrong.
Yeah, of course.
Do you
Yeah.
need any help?
I'm going to take care of you. Yeah.
What do you need?
So you can just live off other people either way.
Exactly.
Describe yourself in one sentence.
Amazing.
That's a
eBay
word, buddy.
fish drum.
The question was describe yourself in one word.
In
I
one
thought it was one
sentence.
sentence.
One sentence.
No.
Yeah, it's sentence.
Oh, sentence?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I can't hear either.
I can't read and I can't hear.
Can't read or hear.
That's
Apparently.
really hard. I can't do that.
One sentence.
I can't.
I can only do words, man. I mean, I can think in all these words.
We'll put them together
put
and
'em
make it
Amazing, creative.
drone pilot.
Drone pilot.
Because that's all you got.
I make podcasts.
It's tough.
John Luke, coffee.
Coffee is the fuel
To
of
my,
existence.
honestly, to my soul.
to my soul.
How about
I like it.
coffee? I could
Given
rule
enough
the world.
coffee,
I could rule the
I
world.
could rule the world.
World?
The world.
Dude, that's actually your sentence.
That is your
That is my
sentence.
From
sentence.
now on.
Yep.
That's
I'm
Oh no,
changing.
I have a different sentence. Sharing isn't caring. Sharing is a lack of preparation on someone else's part.
I like it.
Fair enough.
I had a teacher tell me that once, and it changed my life.
That's deep.
Pretty deep.
It's probably why I'm so cynical today.
Just your worldview was just crushed.
Pretty much. I think we've exhausted all our options, friends.
All right.
What's our exit?
I think it's true. We have to sing somewhere.
We really don't.
Do we?
Do we have to really?
Thank you, Julian, in advance for all the editing you're going to do with this.
You're welcome.
Thank
And
you.
I'd like to apologize for how my voice sounds, because until you hear your own voice, it's like, it's not that bad.
Yep.
And then you hear it and you're like, oh no.
I didn't realize it was that high pitch.
It is very high pitched. Apparently, when I talk,
Apparently.
apparently other people think that apparently is too high. Apparently.
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 Apparently, I can't read.
Well, I can't read.
I just want to thank everybody for humoring my Lost in Space rant. That was enjoyable.
Of course.
I'm glad I got my opinions out into the world.
Almost as.
I wanna talk about it more,
Almost
but I
as
can't.
bad as Matt's
Yeah.
Zelda rant.
I'm going to do it anyway,
It's
guys.
not
Here
as
it
bad
comes.
as Matt Zelda, yeah.
Here comes the spoilers. My favorite character to hate
Yeah?
And that's
Was-
when we put the conclusion.
was Smith. of course.
Is
Tune in
Podcast
next month.
5.
Do.
The last word, the last sentence of any movie, the last sentence of any talk is usually the one most remembered. And so do you want silence to be the most remembered?
In case I don't see ya, good morning, good evening, and good night.
Truman Show.
Goodbye.
See you.
Hey.
Thank you for listening to Odcast, episodes 4 and maybe 5.
And thank you for our sponsor from
JFC
Productions.
Productions.
Yes.
You're not
Just
getting
made
paid.
$5.
And my last word is coffee.